This is Harsh Rules. I'm Ben Harsh, and today we're going to learn to play Monster Pack A, an expansion for Fireteam Zero. The Monster Pack A expansion was published once again by Emergent Games and designed by Mike Langlois and Christian Linhart. Monster Pack A adds a new figure and a card for each of Fireteam Zero's monster family. First, let's take a look at all the components included in the Monster Pack A expansion. Monster Pack A contains the following additions to each monster family. Typhon's Daughter is a new addition for Typhon's children. The Infesting Queen is a new member of the Infested. The Whispering Fetch is a new member of the Fetch. The Grim Imposter joins the Bloodless. And the Flensing tree is added to the Thorn Spawn. Before we look at each figure, let's have a quick review of how to read the monster stats for Fireteam Zero. At the top of the card is the monster's name and the family they belong to, as well as the class. This monster's class is an elite. In Fireteam Zero, each monster is categorized into 3 classes: minions, elites, and bosses. As you can see, each class level is stronger than the one that precedes it. The numbers below the name and class refer to the monster's hit points and attack resistance. Beneath this is another set of icons. The first icon refers to the monster's movement. A quick reminder, monsters are not inhibited by difficult terrain. The next 2 icons refer to the monster's attack strength, their attack type, and their range. The last icon in the set is for the monster's special ability. During the activation phase for monsters, if this symbol is rolled on the monster dice, then this special ability becomes active. At the bottom of the monster card, there's a short paragraph of text. This is the monster's special attribute. Now, let's look at each of the monsters in this pack in greater detail. This is the Daughter of Typhon, a new member of the Typhon's Children monster family. As you can see, with 7 hit points and a resistance of 2 across the board to all weapon types, the Daughter of Typhon is stronger than the standard elite corrupted human. She also hits harder with a brawl attack rating of 3, but has less range. For her special ability, when the monster symbol is rolled, her attack range is increased by 1. And for her special attribute, when a Daughter of Typhon is in play, she cannot be killed when there is a minion within range 1 of her. So essentially, you must wipe out other children of Typhon before you can attack the Daughter of Typhon. Next up is the Infesting Queen, a new elite monster for the Infested monster family. Comparing the Infesting Queen to the standard Infested elite monster, the Consumed Bait Bag, shows that it is also stronger. The Infesting Queen has an additional hit point and is slightly weaker to firearms than the Consumed Bait Bag. The Infesting Queen attacks with bullets rather than brawl. When a monster symbol is rolled, all heroes within range 1 of at least 1 minion take 1 unblockable damage. And the Infesting Queen has a special attribute of Infest. During the threat phase, spawn the first minion in Infesting Queen's location if possible. This allows the Infesting Queen to quickly build a surrounding army. Now let's take a look at the Whispering Fetch, an elite monster for the monster family, the Fetch. Comparing the Whispering Fetch to the standard Fetch elite, the Skin Fetch, shows that it has 1 additional hit point, but is weaker to brawl. The Whispering Fetch can attack with a 3 brawl as opposed to the Skin Fetch's 2. When the monster symbol is rolled, move all adjacent heroes to the Whispering Fetch's location after it moves but before it attacks. And for a special attribute, the Whispering Fetch can compel. When using the Compel ability, they may not be attacked at a range of 0. This forces attackers to retreat out of range 0 to be able to do damage. Next is the Grim Imposter, an elite monster for the bloodless monster family. Comparing the Grim Imposter to the standard bloodless elite monster, the Saprophyte Soldier, shows that the Grim Imposter has 1 additional hit point, but is weaker to explosives by 1. The Grim Imposter attacks with 2 bullets compared to the Saprophyte Soldier's 3 brawl. When the monster symbol is rolled, the Grim Imposter's attack may not be prevented. And for a special attribute, they can conduct an unexpected attack. If a hero moves into a Grim Imposter's location, it immediately attacks them. This allows the Grim Imposter to get the jump on the heroes. Finally, let's look at the FLENSING tree, an elite monster for the Thornspawn monster family. When the FLENSING tree is compared to the standard Thornspawn elite monster, the Wooden Man, you'll see that they have 1 additional hit point, but are slightly weaker to bullets. The FLENSING tree has a brawl attack of 3 compared to the Wooden Man's brawl attack of 2. When the monster symbol is rolled, the FLENSING tree's attack becomes 2 brawl and affects all heroes in the target's location. So a slightly weaker attack, but the FLENSING tree can inflict 2 brawl damage on all heroes. The FLENSING tree's special attribute is invasive branches. When a FLENSING tree attacks, the damage from that attack cannot be reduced or negated. This can make the FLENSING tree a very dangerous opponent. Now let's learn how to integrate these new figures into the game. In each act of an operation is a listing for the monsters that are applied to the spawn pool and the reserve pool. These monsters are often called out by specific names, but really it's the class of the monster that matters. For example, if you see a corrupted animal figure, that's really a minion class monster. Therefore, those monsters listed in the spawn pool or the reserve pool can be traded out for a monster of equal class in one of the monster packs. However, it is recommended that you trade out monsters from the same family, especially in story-based operations that feature that monster family. Next, we're going to look at monster assignments for each operation. First, let's look at the core game. Operation 1, Typhon's Children. Operation 2, A Mother's Love, which feature the Infected. And Operation 3, Follow the Moon, which features the Fetch. Now, by using these colored class icons as a guide, you can see where you can trade equally classed monsters from the expansions. Following this is Fireteam Zero's first expansion, the Europe Cycle. This expansion contains Operation Blacktooth, starring the Bloodless monster family. The Europe Cycle also includes 3 standalone missions. These standalone missions contain monsters from multiple families. Standalone Mission Blood Sacrifice, Standalone Mission The Hunt, and Standalone Mission Artifact Vault Bravo. Fireteam Zero's second expansion, the Africa Cycle. This expansion contains the operation Sticks and Stones, starring the Thornspawn monster family. The Africa Cycle also contains 3 standalone missions. Standalone Mission Between the Bones of the Earth, Standalone Mission Lost and Found, and Standalone Mission Clockwork. Next, we're going to take a look at the expansions by monster family. This way you can see which expansions you need to flesh out your monster families, and which figures can be used for those families in missions that call for them. First, let's look at Typhon's Children. For missions that call for the Typhon's Children family, you'll find most of the figures in the core set. Monster Pack A has an elite, Daughter of Typhon. Monster Pack B has 5 figures that can be used for any monster family and are considered unique monsters. Finally, if you have the stretch goals for the Kickstarter, you have access to an additional minion, the Malignant Vermin, and an elite, the Infected Soldier. Next is the Infested monster family. Once again, the majority of these figures can be acquired with the core set. Monster Pack A gives you access to the Infesting Queen, an elite monster. Purchasing Monster Pack B gives you access to the unique monsters that can be used with any monster family. Monster Pack D and the Kickstarter stretch goals give you access to the same group of monsters: the Maggot Hound Minion and the Mangled Elite. The Fetch is the final monster family included with the core game. Monster Pack A offers the Whispering Fetch as an additional elite monster. Monsters can be used from Monster Pack B. Monster Pack C and the Kickstarter stretch goals include the Minion Marrow Fetch and the Elite Exhumed Fetch. The Bloodless monster family can be acquired in the Europe Cycle game expansion. This monster family can be further expanded with the Grim Imposter from Monster Pack A. Monster Pack B monsters can also be used, as with all other monster families. Monster Pack D and the Kickstarter stretch goals include the Lunger, an elite monster. Fireteam Zero's second expansion, the Africa Cycle, introduces the Thornspawn monster family. Players can add to this monster family with Monster Pack A, with the elite monster, the Flensing Tree. Monster Pack B includes the unique monsters that can be used with every family. Monster Pack D includes the Splinter Fiend, an elite monster. The Kickstarter stretch goals give access to a Splinter Fiend elite monster and a Thornspawn elite monster. Finally, let's take a closer look at Monster Pack B. These monsters can be integrated into any monster family in the Fireteam Zero game. This pack includes 3 elite monsters, the Eldivore, the Artifact Wraith, and the Eater of the Dead. The most interesting aspect of this monster pack is the addition of 2 boss characters. These boss monsters can be swapped with any boss monsters in any of the Fireteam Zero operations: the Aether Husk and Commander Geitz. Keep these monster expansions in mind when you set up operations to play Fireteam Zero with your friends. And that concludes our look at Fireteam Zero's Monster Pack A expansion. Questions about this game, requests for future Harsh Rules game tutorials, and constructive feedback are all greatly appreciated. Drop a line in the comments section. To be the first notified when this episode and any Harsh Rules episode is placed online, please subscribe to this channel. Until then, I'm Ben Harsh for Harsh Rules. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.